What's good, family? It's your boy Royalty Trades. Man, if y'all are checking out the market so far today, it's down. We're bleeding big time into the market today, but this was expected. Not this much. I definitely thought that we would have saw layers to this drop, but it looked like we're just gonna take the whole correction. Everything is just gonna happen today. We're heading into some heavy earnings, and yeah, we're just gonna have to take this level by level, like I say, and just see where the market is gonna attempt to pick up the pieces. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. I already got the spot charts pulled up. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and make sure you subscribe. If you're somebody who's tapping in every day with me, you already know. Go ahead and hit the like button, man. Go ahead and help your boy out. Hit the like button as I continue to drop these gems for y'all, drop the levels, and see what we can make money at. So back to the spot chart. Last week, last week we did attempt to hit all-time highs up here above the 608 level. Today we dropped all the way down to 593 where we're filling up this gap right here. So closing price. Closing price on Friday was around the 607.93. This is where we closed. Right now, this is where we at. This is going to be a big supply level right here. We're just going to have to see where it opens it and how strong the bears are going to be right here. We could get bought up here and trade back up and somewhat close this supply gap we're going to get halfway until prices start to exhaust. But as of right now, prices are still trying to drop. This right here would be my main goals to see this eventually fill before we take off back to the upside. So as of right now, we filled this gap, filled this gap. If we open, we're filling this gap. And this would be my next level. It's crossed the supply level, the support level right here. Let's go ahead and zoom in on a 5 minute. So right now we're filling this gap right here. Here's my support level right here, 594, 595. Let's see. So we'll watch for the rejection somewhere around here. That's at about 595.18. You want to see if prices can reclaim this trend right here and eventually trade back up into however much supply we have right here. And this is going to confuse a lot of price action. Having supply here and then it overshadowing an actual level of demand, that's going to be a bit confusing for price action, but that could be something that we just have to look for recovery into the earnings for. So if we can hold, which like I said, this be resistance until it can stay above this 595, 596 level. My next level of support, it'll be right here around this 588 to 587-ish range. And that's going to be us filling this next level down here around 582. Bro, I'm telling you, this was expected. I'm not gonna say we expected it to fall this hard. I thought it was gonna be a fill here, and then possibly a chain reaction to a fill here. But the market did what it wanted to do. We were just talking in the Discord. I was just looking. The day we came back from Martin Luther King holiday, this was 121. I told everybody markets was coming down by Friday then, and we would have made hella money if we would have swung puts on a lot of stuff. We jumped into Microsoft puts. Let's jump down to the present. We took some Microsoft puts. We took some SPY puts. Yeah, we took 417 and a half Microsoft puts. SPY puts. This was Q puts. This was Microsoft 417, Q's 526. And the spot put was 606. So we took a few puts. We didn't swing any. Well, I didn't swing any just because I really don't like swinging over the weekend. But those 606 puts would have paid nicely. It was 606. Like all of this would have paid nicely. But like I said, it was gonna come down. I hope some of my members held on, and it's paying nicely today. It's gonna pay nicely today. Let's go ahead and bring the Qs up. I don't even know why I drew right there, but here we are at 507. Beautiful. Here is it filling a gap zone. Let's look at a bigger level. Okay, so 505 is the bottom of the demand level here. It looks like we don't have any more gaps, but right now SPY and Q's gonna have to work in sync. So what I mean by working in sync, SPY is gonna have to finish filling this gap. So what that means is SPY is gonna continue to pull it down. Then we're gonna see Q's probably fill this gap and then possibly fall down a little bit more until SPY gets done with his downside too. That way they can get back in sync. But here we are at 606. So this was a level that I was looking at 519. We would have filled this gap, that gap, and then worked our way down to this one. But since we're already here, let's see, price and time. Boom. Let's see, this Monday around noontime. So we're already here. It's a support right here at this 506, 507 level. So we'll see the fill down here at 505. We'll watch for any type of reclaim of levels here at 506, 507. And I'm gonna also throw up that's gonna be another level. I'm getting rid of this because this is way too high at the moment. We need to see some recovery levels first before we push all the way back up here. All of this is gonna be supply. If we open up down here, all of this is gonna be one big red box. And that's just something that we're gonna have to pay attention to. But as of now, we wanna see levels reclaimed as 507, and then we'll watch resistance here at 511 to 512. If we continue to fall even lower, like I said, with the SPY continuing to push down, that's our next level of support here at 500, 500, 501. So this will be our very bottom level of support. Hopefully this holds if SPY continues to fall down, and then we can find some consolidation here between 507, between 500, and between 512. We can see levels hold while these bigger companies start holding, coming out with their earnings and release their numbers and their guidance outlook on what to expect going into this year. So like I said, big supply level here. We're watching for levels to consolidate between 512, 506, and 500 on the Qs. Nvidia, covered Nvidia. I told you guys SMH was struggling. We've been struggling on Nvidia to hold above this 148 level. We partially filled this gap, this demand level here, and a full fill would have been around 141. Here we are, 139.81 and 139.59. So since we're already below here, we didn't have any gaps to fill. This is probably just a sell-off because earnings is here. Investors are going to try to get in at the lowest price as possible. Here's a gap right here at 119. And yeah, so we actually did have a level to fill down here, 119, 120, which I think we was watching for that level back here at like 12, 16, looking for this to actually fill. But here we are now. So 15 minutes showed the gap, 135. So it was evident to come. This could have been filled after the earnings drop. This could have been a reaction drop or anything, but we're going to take it level by level. So same as we saw on the SPY and the Qs. We're going to see a big level of supply all the way around here. Here's the closing price right now. Here's the opening price. We broke a structure here, and we're just gonna have to readjust. I hope nobody was holding this high. If you've been watching my videos, been looking at my pre-market analysis, I told you guys watch for resistance up here. We could have even saw 130. I know a lot of you guys was asking me about the 130 levels that I was pointing out. Here we are. So I definitely think this is a better buying opportunity for it. We're going to look for, I'm gonna say look for anything support wise down here about 124. You're gonna get a retested trend here at 128, and then probably another retested trend here at this 130 to 131 level. So I'm gonna get rid of this right here until we can finally reclaim some levels and hold. Watching the market today, we're just gonna see how it holds up. Let's see, bottom level is gonna be 123. If we break below this one, we're definitely gonna look for that gap fill down here around 119, 120. But we're just gonna watch for some consolidation between 130, 132 to 131, 128, and then 123 on Nvidia. And those will be your levels if you want to go long going into earnings in February. Still got a couple of days going longer to earnings in February. This would be your opportunity to catch instead of trying to gamble and play the lotto and take last minute calls. Here you are. Here you go. So let's watch and see how this digests today, and we'll go from there. Tesla is going to be the last one I cover today. This is one that we saw off opening, going into weakness the remainder of the day because we saw this trend here actually break. We watched the bounce up and the retest, and then going into the end of the day, crazy thing, ARC actually hit 52 highs. And I actually called the spot put once I seen ARC go to 52-week highs because I knew eventually it's going to have to come back down and grab some more liquidity. And if ARC falls, then Tesla falls too. So we've seen the rejection here. And then it faded going into the end of day. Here we are breaking another structure right here. This trend right here, we're falling down. So you'll want to watch. If we open, you will want to watch for a rejection here around this 393, or a reclaim a trend here. But like I said, here's closing price right now. Here's opening price. All of this is going to be bear territory. Even if we want to watch the price action trade possibly back up to here, 412 would definitely be a rejection zone. If we open here, reclaim trend and trade it back to the upside, all of this will be supply. So we'll definitely want to watch the rejection here around 412 back to the downside. So if we continue to fall, I want to watch for some support here around 363 to 364. That'll be my next level of support. And like I said, if we go back up above this 412 area, I'll look to fade it back down into this trend, and then possibly, since this trend is broken, look for it to continue to fall back down, or if we open, depending on how far down we open, we'll watch for the rejection of this trend here and then a move back down to the downside. So 4 visuals, open down here, watch the rejection, we come back down. Or we'll see something like, reclaim a trend, trade back up here, watch the rejection, come back down, retest this trend, and then if it doesn't hold, then you'll start to fall some more. So there's a few scenarios this plays out, but right now it's bearish. So we're just gonna have to play the rejections, even though we have bullish demand levels here. But right now, all of this is probably gonna be just bear territory if we open below this trend here. So just watch that. And then MSTR was something that I covered. I think Friday I covered MSTR. We saw something pre-market about convertible notes, and I posted under the after hours chat that I posted, and then I posted in the Discord about those convertible notes being mindful of how the market could digest it now for like 2027. So I just want to see how that was going to play out before going, long or anything. So we saw the support get tested Friday, going into close at 354, and it slowly started coming down. As you can see, it could have done one of these moves where it broke below support and eventually came back up, but Bitcoin decided that it wanted to fall also. Right now it's trading at 98.9. Bigger picture. Like I said, you got to watch out and see how Bitcoin is trading, and that'll give you an idea on what's going on with MicroStrategy, Coin, and Mara. So it's coming down also. So going back to MSTR, we're coming on another level of support here at 318. If that breaks, this would be a break of structure. We have a little small gap here at 300, and we had an unfilled gap, well, partially filled gap right over here. It filled halfway down over here to 284. A full fill would be 271. I don't know if we'll see it, but we'll just have to see if this structure breaks. Then we could see a move down to this 265 area. 265.31. So as of right now, we're looking at support at 318, 319. You're watching for a retest and rejection around 355. I had areas lined up here around 434, 435, but right now we're just going to watch for the consolidation level. 355, 318, 319, and then here we'll have another level of support at 266 and 247, 248. All right, so all of this is going to be bearish if Bitcoin keeps falling, and this forms some supply here. So we'll just watch that. If it reclaims this 355 level, then we may see something consolidate in this zone here. Could see some consolidation back up if we can reclaim this trend here, back into here. But if we keep falling, we're just gonna look for these levels to play out back to the downside. And I think earnings is probably right around the corner. February 5th. So you got a couple of days until this. We'll just have to see how it's gonna pan out. So that's all I got for you guys this morning, family. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything typed up and posted for the Discord and for the group, so we can all see this. If you don't have a chance to watch the video, But I definitely appreciate you guys tapping in once again. I hope these levels work out for you. Um, and yeah, it's gonna be a rough one starting out, but hey, we're gonna pivot, we're gonna adjust, and we're gonna find these levels. And then once the market wants to recover, hey, we'll make out like a bandit. So I'll catch up with you guys once the bell opens up, and we're gonna lock in. Appreciate it. See you guys. I'm out.